Donc à la base.
Two buildings down on the other side of the street. This one for the jury.
You know what? I think it went really well if we were actually dealing with logic and reason the way business is conducted. But unfortunately, the Attorney General has brought forth a case that is purely a political persecution. The banks in question made hundreds of millions of dollars. I mean, think about this, right? They are not claiming that they are victims. They are not saying that they were misled. They are saying that they did their own due diligence. But that doesn't matter because I guess in the attempt to get Trump, the Attorney General can go and try to, I guess, make more millions for the biggest banking institutions in the world who have already made millions. I mean, I think it's a truly scary precedent for New York. For me, for example, before even having a day in court, I'm apparently guilty of fraud for relying on my accountant to do, wait for it, accounting. I mean, think about that. What does that do for literally any other business? You pay experts millions of dollars to be experts. You sign off on what they give you, and you're liable. And by the way, again, the same supposed victims, because it's a totally victimless thing, are saying, no, we did our own due diligence. We made hundreds of millions of dollars. If this was to become precedent where you could have an overzealous Attorney General go after any business in New York, this city would be in even worse shape than it already is today, because everyone would be driven elsewhere. So it's a sad thing, but I guess we're going to see and have to play it out accordingly. Well, I think, I can look at the crime stats in New York and think there's probably other people they could focus on. Again, I think that generally speaking, right now in the United States, and we don't have to get too political, and I understand that, I imagine according to most of you guys, I am not the upstanding individual that Hunter Biden is, but it seems like I've done an undue testimony 50 hours before Congress. All of it ends up being nonsense. We got to believe the Russia hoax for 5 years. Turns out that was all a lie. Turns out members of Congress can edit my emails and change them for a narrative. And, when that's discovered, we'll just move on to the next subject. It's a sad state of affairs. We don't have an equal system of justice in America these days. And I think we're seeing that play out. The good thing is it's so egregious, it's so ridiculous, that I think actual, hardworking Americans trying to live their American dream are starting to realize it now. They're starting to realize that they're second-class citizens in their own country, and I think they'll act accordingly in the future. So, really appreciate it, guys. I don't know. Honestly, I don't feel I need to be a part of, the continued circus. It's going to keep going, and this is not my first rodeo at this point. And I guess there's a good saying about bread and circuses going back to the Roman times. And I feel like we're living a little bit of that right now. So appreciate it, guys. You have a great day.
Caroline, you want to speak outside today?
Can you step to the mic?
Will you step to the mic?
Step to the mic. Step to the microphone.
Tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow.
What is tomorrow looking like? How do you think it's going? We are now over a month deep into the biggest waste of New York taxpayer dollars I've ever seen. President Trump's statement of financial condition was so undervalued, but Letitia James, as you've seen, will show up when it's a press day. I said it yesterday on the news. She hasn't been here for days, but you know when she's going to come? When the main event's here, and that is Trump. She piggybacked on Trump to get into office. She didn't do it well enough to be a governor. She was a failed gubernatorial candidate. And now she's working on her politics again. She shows up, sits in the back when she should be doing real work because the city of New York has fallen apart. If you are a business in New York, pay attention. You put your value. If President Trump wanted to inflate his net worth on a statement of financial condition, his brand alone could double, triple it. It's basic. It's basic. This is a waste of time. We heard testimony from an expert this week. Ms. James wasn't here for that day because it wasn't good for her. He's been paid by New York taxpayer dollars $450,000 in the past few months to come here and testify. That's your money. That's not my money. It is a crime, and now these children are being brought in away from their families for doing nothing wrong. It's a great company. It has always been a great company. It's worth a lot more than the statements say, and she just doesn't like it. And now her politics don't allow her to back off or back down. And it's unfortunate, but this case should be done. We are wasting our time. Thank you.